Welcome to episode 18 of the Get Real Gaming Podcast. It's the show where we get real talking about the latest video game news and releases. I'm Richard, and with me is my non-existent co-host, Lawrence. What? Where are you?
Yeah. I'm in the ether. I'm stuck.
You're in the ether?
I'm in a portal. I don't know where I am.
Oh, God. This makes me worried about what we're talking about today. I actually don't know what we're talking about.
You have no idea.
No, I literally don't.
We're doing this new format. I'm alright, apart from in the ether. How are you?
In the ether.
Yeah.
I'm alright. We're okay. I'm not in the ether. But what have you been playing this week, Lawrence? What's...
There's only one game I have been playing, minus COD. Oh, hello. Hello, Squiggles.
And is that the topics of today?
No, it was last week's topic.
Oh, Final Fantasy XIV?
Final Fantasy XIV. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. I can't stop and won't
You
stop.
can't stop. I downloaded it and I haven't played it yet.
I'm that hooked. I'm doing crafting and gathering stuff. I never do crafting and gathering stuff.
No, that's always like the end of the line stuff. That's like, oh, you've done as much as you can get through, and then once you've done all of that, you go, oh, I might look at the crafting now.
Well, that's the thing. I've only just finished the base game.
Oh my! Well, how many hours have you put in to finish just the base game?
I won't be able to tell you.
Numbers. There aren't enough numbers.
I'm probably thinking about 80-ish hours already.
That is a lot of hours.
Yeah,
and you've got all the DLC to do now as well.
I've got all the expansions as well.
How many are there?
There's currently three, and the fourth one's been announced.
Right.
But
yes.
In between them, like there's the patches, which is also the story. So it's like,
yeah, yeah. Because we spoke about the expansion, the fourth one last week,
Endwalker.
So, yeah, and that's the only game you've been playing.
Well, apart from COD, but yeah, it's literally the only game I've
literally
played. Not even Football Manager.
Not even Football Manager.
And
that's unlike you.
It is. It's terrifying.
It is very much so.
I am really hooked.
Well, I've been playing a couple of different games this week.
Have you now?
So we've got some things to talk about.
Oh, actually, I have been playing another game.
This always happens.
I've just remembered.
Go on.
But it is. It's the new Super Mario game.
Oh yeah. I suppose you should probably talk a bit about that.
We will do.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute, won't we?
Well, yeah. What have you been playing this week, Mr. Richard?
Let's talk about board games for a second.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, I saw this on Instagram.
We've been playing. Me and my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. We played Star Wars Carcassonne, Lawrence.
Star Wars Carcassonne.
It's Carcassonne.
That's what I call living the dream.
But Star Wars. Yeah, it's really good.
Bloody Nora.
And we spent the first 30 minutes just trying to figure out how the game worked. Because we'd never played it before.
You've never played Carcassonne before?
No, I've never played it.
How have you never played Carcassonne before?
Well, I bought it about 5 years ago thinking, oh, this will be great. When we get the boys all together, I'll take Star Wars Carcassonne. And I think I took it to a couple of game nights. But it looked too complicated to try and all of us just start learning and play it. We just ended up playing Boss Monster instead or something.
Well, once this lockdown's over, we'll have to organise more game nights.
We do, yeah. But it's a good game. I like the tiles for Carcassonne. Like, they all will match something. Yeah. There's never a situation where you go, because if you don't know Carcassonne, you pick up tiles and then you have to put the tile on the board. There's one starting tile, and so you basically are building the map as you play.
It's like Civ,
and then you like Civ a bit, so you can score points based on like owning areas or trade routes that you build yourself by picking up pieces on your turn. But there isn't ever a situation where you can't place a tile. There just isn't one.
Yep.
I don't think anyone has ever experienced this. We'll have to look it up, but it's good. Also,
oh no,
Valentine's Day related.
Oh dear.
We played Overcooked.
Funnily enough, that is one of the news articles today.
No way!
I shit you not.
No way! Yeah, we played the first Overcooked. I downloaded it on my Xbox. Again, this is one that I downloaded a very long time ago, and I've never deleted it off my console.
How does this happen?
And then literally, we were just like, I just thought, oh, well, what can we do? Let's hang out in the living room. And I had the Xbox set up in the living room, and I thought, you know what? I think I've got a second Xbox controller that might work. And I've just remembered that I've still got Overcooked on the console. So we booted up Overcooked, and let's just say it's fun if you're good at handling stress.
Yeah, it is a stressful game, Overcooked. Yeah.
We were not good at handling stress. and it was very hard after a while. Like we were speeding through all of the campaign missions together. Just getting by on 2 stars and 1 star and sometimes 3, but very rarely. And it got to a point where it's like the ice worlds. And at this point in time, not only do you have to deal with all of the happening in the game, but now you're on ice and you're slippery, and it's just...
And you're shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and
you're trying to make fish and chips.
Me and my missus won't be able to do that.
But, it's difficult. But it's very fun.
I'm trying to get her to play... Wow, we might be playing Final Fantasy VII at some point, the original.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to get her to play it first. My missus isn't a gamer. Also,
she's
she likes Pokemon and all that, so slowly.
That's enough.
Yeah,
and she likes Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and Mario. So
and Mario.
I'm just trying
what's the big deal?
It's not a big deal. She's a gamer. She is a gamer, but she says I'm not a gamer, but she is a gamer. She just quite get it. She is the gamer.
She's in denial.
She is in denial. I'm trying to grind her down.
I know, you sanded away.
You're a gamer! Accept it!
Just believe it.
Believe it. Yeah, well, I said a gamer, not a weeb. It's not Naruto.
Does she play anything on her phone?
No, she just generally plays on a Switch, because we actually got her a Switch. She's got her own console.
I was thinking that. Yeah. I also played Wild Rift on my phone this week. You know the League of Legends game?
Oh, yeah.
I gave it a go. I just was bored one night in bed and just thought, I'll give it a go. It was good. Yeah. It was pretty decent. They've adapted it really well for mobile, actually. And they don't make what I thought was dead complicated about League, which I didn't want to get into, was like all the different items and stuff, because I already have all the ones in my head from Dota, so I can't handle a second one. But in Wild Rift, you don't even have to bother. You just click buy, and it'll just give you the next item to buy.
Yeah, like an Argos catalogue.
Yeah. See, as long as you've got the money, you've got things to buy, and it'll just tell you what to buy, and it's great.
That was a very British joke. I don't think anyone outside of Britain will get that one.
Oh, love Argos.
Argos. Oh.
Sure, the catalogue.
The magical land of Argos.
Yes.
Where do
they keep all the stuff?
Where they go through the doors and magically come back out with the thing you want.
Where did it come from? A cuddly toy. A brand new Peugeot 206.
A speedboat.
It's all behind the doors.
It's like being in Narnia of household goods.
Yes. And then you leave the store, and then you look at the stores either side of it, and you think,
like, how?
How? It's not big enough. These stores are not big enough for Argos to have that much stuff.
I swear they're using black magic.
It's always black magic. They don't even have a loyalty system or anything. I don't think Argos.
No, they don't.
They just know. They just know that you know.
They know that you're going to get the catalogue, and you're going to go through it and go, "Oh, that'll be nice."
And you'll walk in and just beep beep beep, just scan through some items on the computer. Or if they've got a touchscreen now.
If you're old school, you use your bingo bloody pencil and scribble in numbers.
Scribble in the numbers.
We've gone very off topic, haven't we?
We have to.
This is what happens when we do Kingdom. When I don't give Richard anything and I have all the info.
You're driving the boat today, and I'm going to take us as far off course as we possibly can.
See, the roles are reversed. I'm the DM. I'm God.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't know why I said oh no. It's probably fine.
I mean, I DM every Tuesday, so it should be fine. Right. So there's not a main topic this week.
No. Okay.
Because there's too many main topics this week.
So everything is
a main topic. It's why it's called the Mid-February News Roundup, because it is a roundup. I should have a cowboy hat, but I don't have a cowboy hat.
But if you're going to be talking about Super Mario World, that's partly a main topic.
Well, yeah, it's the only notable game release this week, which was on the 12th.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I think we also had Little Nightmares 2.
I didn't show up on the website that I looked at, or I must have just missed it.
February 11th.
So what
came out.
This
This is 16th today on the time we're recording.
Well, fine. Yeah, there's another one as well.
Well, okay, all right. But yes, other than that, yeah.
I know I missed something. And they're like, it couldn't have just been. No.
I saw loads of adverts for Little Nightmares 2 and then saw nobody play it.
Yeah. I've seen some streamers play it, but
right. I haven't seen anything on YouTube or anything like, just on my feed.
I mean, to be fair, your feed won't be looking for Little Nightmares because you won't be looking for it anyway.
No, but it'll be like some gamer related, gamers that I follow or whatever haven't done their own videos on it or something like that. Although YouTube's algorithm recently has started to recommend shorter, like viral video style funny clips to me. Has it been doing that to you as well? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I've literally only been seeing recommendations for like 10-second videos of just random stuff. Like the one that I saw today was like George Lucas photobombs a random documentary.
You sent me that, and I was like, I saw that literally a month ago. How far back are you?
No, I don't know. YouTube just has been passing it around by the look of it then.
You know what? It's that spiffing Brit. He's been messing me up with the algorithm
I know,
again.
And YouTube is like, you want to mess with us? We'll start pushing vines and viral video style short form content.
Vines are not a bad thing. I want compilations. It were great.
Yeah, fan compilations. No, but I mean the short form like content. They're just random meme videos. I'm just getting recommended those all the time right now.
I know why. It's bloody Warby sending all those bloody meme videos to us.
He's sending all the weebs. Yeah.
It's him. The weebs.
I said weebs.
All the weeaboo memes. So yeah, we've had Little Nightmares 2 and Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which is a bit of a long-winded title.
It is, but I always thought it was like almost like just an expansion.
It's a whole separate game, I think.
A whole separate game?
Yeah, because it's a different style. Like, obviously the Super Mario 3D World is more like the traditional Mario, which I call actual Mario, but Mario should be. And Bowser's Fury looks more, from what I've seen, because I've not played it yet. I've only played 3D World. It looks more like Odyssey and 64. That kind of style, like the Sunshine era kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a completely separate. Like when you launch the game, can you choose which one you play?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to unlock it or anything?
No, you could go to either one.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And how is 3D World?
I love it. Like I always like the old traditional style of Mario's. I always have more of an affinity to them rather than like Odyssey, because I didn't like Odyssey. I couldn't get into it. Over like, just. I prefer just the old style, because that to me is Mario.
Yeah.
So,
and the camera follows you, and you don't have control of the camera in this one.
You do have control of the camera, like you can switch around like some of the stage. But not all of it, not all the way around. I mean, it's fun. Right. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw a few people complaining about the cameras in other Mario games.
Yeah,
and how they preferred this one's camera system because it wasn't like you didn't need to control it all the time. It was kind of always letting you see what you needed to see. So, but does it make Mario World look like a miniature world? Like, do you feel like you're ever playing with like Mario miniatures in the game?
No, not really. I don't think so. No.
I can just imagine because when I watch the trailers and stuff, it makes me feel like we're looking at like a top down of like, or some sort of slanted angle of like mini Marios and mini world where you're just all running around like lemons.
Like lemons. No, not really. I don't really like that. I just fucking play Mario. Like Super Mario World. Let's go into our first game announcement. This week happened
and announced.
Well, the games have been announced.
Oh.
Because it was the Epic Games game showcase.
Oh.
It was the store showcase. And I was like, wait, what? when did this happen?
I didn't know this. Yeah, I literally didn't hear about this.
I know. So, let me just take a look for you. It was only like 20 minutes-ish. There's a mix of new indie games, upcoming Fortnite content, and some other little surprises, just tiny surprises. One of the games is called Binary Smoke, a game about a cyberpunk revolution.
Okay.
And then the next one, which I'm sure you're going to bloody love, it's a game called Magic Legends. It is Magic the Gathering, the Diablo-esque game, going into open beta next month.
Yep. What?
Yep.
Told you. No way.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Another one
that
you like.
Sounds...
Rogue Company has showed off a new map called Hollows.
Oh, that's cool. I was actually wanting to play Rogue Company again because now they're doing battle passes. Well, I think it's a battle pass, but it's season 1 and they've got a new hero and all that. Oh yeah, look at this Magic Legend. Oh my god. Can I?
Chivalry 2 launches on June 8th.
Ooh, Chivalry 2. Yeah, that's nice. That'll be a game I think we'll see a bit of.
And then there's Oddworld Soulstorm, which was showed off, which I'm looking forward to because it's Oddworld.
Yeah.
And then they fucking dropped the F-bombed the bomb, which I did there. They announced the whole Kingdom Hearts collection for PC.
Wow.
All of it. Yep. Every single one. The whole thing.
Wait,
in
all
separate
the
stages.
Ones?
All the portables. Like it's basically the collections which they put out for PlayStation.
Yeah.
They just put it to PC. So it's like 4 collections, including like one of them is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wow. I'm just taking a quick look at it now while you're talking about it. It says 75 gig or more necessary for Kingdom Hearts. That's quite a lot considering how many.
There's Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5, which is Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, the games linking the two of those, which is Chain of Memories and 358/Days. Then there's Birth by Sleep, which is the prequel, and then Recoded, which is a sequel, a kind of offspring game. That's just one bundle. And then you've got another bundle, which is 2.8, which is Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep 0.2, and then the Kingdom Hearts Key Black Cover movie, which is like the mobile game but in movie format. That's another bundle, another $60. And then you've got the Kingdom Hearts 3 with the DLC, which is like another 60. And then you've got the latest one, which is Melody of Memory, which is like another 60. So it's very expensive to get every single one.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But you get a lot for it. So
yeah, if you are, but the thing is though, if you are already that big of a Kingdom Hearts fan, you probably already have all of them.
Unless you're someone that doesn't have like a PlayStation 4 and you want to play Kingdom Hearts and you played it when you had a PlayStation 2. I guess 2, so. Or...
I'm just thinking that, you know, the last Kingdom Hearts won't have converted or convinced anyone who wasn't already a Kingdom Hearts fan to become a Kingdom Hearts fan.
It didn't really convince Kingdom Hearts fans, to be honest.
No, it didn't. That's what I mean. It didn't even do that. Just a quick note on the Epic Games Store. Yeah. Halcyon 6 is free currently until February 18th. So if you're listening to this within the next day or so, and then if you're listening to it a week onwards, February 18th to February 25th, it's a game called Absolute Drift Zen Edition is going to be free. But also, interestingly, Rage 2 is going to be free February 18th.
I'll pick
February
that
25th.
one up.
That's a game we heard a lot about and didn't see a lot about.
It's a shame because I like the original Rage, but I thought the story completely. And then Rage 2 was like a sequel to the story, and I'm like, what? I'm confused. And it didn't have like a thing to remind everyone. Like it didn't have a cutscene reminding everyone what happened. It's like, well, why haven't you done that?
Yeah, there's so many like good games that are free these days. It's so hard to
justify paying like $70 or for us it's 50 quid.
Yeah, but even just spend time. Like, who's got enough time these days for all these free to play games that are really good? You know, it's one of those.
I do have a story update for us. Do you remember CD Projekt Red got hacked and data was stolen? Well, the data has been sold.
Okay,
it's been sold.
Someone's got it.
They didn't specify who. They didn't even specify how much. But the full source code for Cyberpunk 2077, Thronebreaker, and The Witcher 3, which included an unreleased version of featuring ray tracing, has apparently been sold.
So have they just gone and said we sold it?
It says an offer was received outside the forum that satisfied us with the conditions of further non-distribution. In this regard, they were forced to withdraw the lot from the sale. That's all they've said.
But I mean, that could be a bluff as well.
That could be a real bluff. Yeah,
could be a real bluff. I mean, I don't really know anything about.
I'm not 100% clued up on it, but
no.
Anyway,
interesting.
Moving swiftly along, E3. Do you remember E3?
I do remember E3.
You know how good it was?
Well, I remember it being pretty decent.
It was decent for us, apart from it was like 1 a.m, and then I screamed when Final Fantasy VIII was getting a remaster. Apparently E3 2021 is happening, but online.
Online, E3 online.
They're currently working through it to try and figure out what the hell they're going to do. Some of the things that have been suggested, they have called for, it's a planning documents, it's a preview kickoff night, there's 2-hour keynotes delivered by major publishers and industry partners, and, you're going to love this part, an awards show.
Oh, God.
Another award show.
Oh, no. What are they? How could they even be doing awards mid-year?
I don't know. Jeff Keighley has came out and said that the Summer Games Fest is still going on. So
is that E3 related or?
No, that's completely separate. So E3 have competition from Jeff Keighley, and the thing is, E3 haven't said who's gonna be at their thing yet. They said we're gonna notify everyone later down the line, but we promise it's gonna be a really good award, a really good game show with exciting developers. And that to me just sounds like they're clutching at straws and they've got no one, because apparently it costs quite a bit to get into E3. Like, we're talking 6 figures by developers and publishers to get even onto E3. But then you've got Jeff Keighley going, oh yeah, just come on. Yeah, it's fine.
But E3, before it became more about hyping up big games and titles and new stuff for the audience watching, was always usually about the business side of things too. And so, I mean, I don't think Jeff Keighley would be putting on a show for the business side of things. So I'm wondering if E3 should slightly pivot and try to focus a bit more on video game business type stuff.
I mean, business happens all the time now, especially if it's online. The thing is, like, who they've got? Nintendo has moved to online only. Sony and PlayStation left at the expo. Jeff Keighley himself, who was part of E3, organised the E3 Coliseum, and he's gone. EA's gone from the actual game show floor to EA Play, which is their own thing. And then PC Gamer has got its own independent live show. So it's like the only person to show up would be Xbox, and I'm pretty sure they can easily bring up something together, if not go on Jeff Keighley's show. So
Xbox they're more likely to follow suit with Sony and do their own digital one.
Point of E3 then? Unless it's to kind of put in the pockets of the ESA, which is owned by a lot of the top dogs of companies.
It depends. Like, is the Summerfest happening? If that's going to happen at the same time as E3, only one show is going to have. Like, it's just going to be a battle for who has the most announcements and stuff.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a battle of the gaming summer, I think.
And while E3 has like a brand, you know, the Summerfest has the face. You know, they've got Jeff Keighley and
they did really well last year.
Yeah, and I wasn't ever really a huge fan of Jeff Keighley, but I do think that. You know, he does work hard. I'll say that. He's grafting. He's grafting it out, and I have a lot of respect for the amount of stuff he's doing. So,
so
what's going to happen there?
Away from game shows and showcases and all that jazz.
Oh yeah,
GTA. Do you remember it?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember GTA 3 and Vice City?
Well, vaguely.
Well, a team of fans have managed to reverse engineer the source code for both of them. And they've made the files available. So, yeah, it's great because that means modders can get into it and actually, add in a few good next-gen mods and make it work on older machines and all sorts. So,
and what's the response from the developers in terms of...
There hasn't been.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
Do you think that
Rockstar owned by Take-Two.
Do you think that they're considering their options with this then, I suppose?
Yeah, because apparently the team have already got the code running on the Switch, on the Vita, and on the Wii U.
Oh my god, someone's busted out their Vita for this.
Yeah. So, it's impressive, for sure. I don't know if Rockstar care. Rockstar's kind of one of those developers which are kind of like, oh, that's cool. As long as you don't try and make profit off it, it's fine. You do you.
I think when it comes down to the approach of those sort of things, I think the most important part is, well, if they've got access to the source code, is there any information or like patented stuff or copyrighted stuff that we need to worry about? Mm-hmm. Are there any licensing agreements that are still upheld by other companies towards, things in the game that they have license for? Maybe they have to consider those things, but
yeah, I think the only licensing issue GTA would have is the music, and even then that could be replaced with non-copyright music.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like they've done so much with GTA 5 that it almost seems like they should just let it be.
The Roost Luma going around is GTA 6 is heavy in the works.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me if they were working on GTA 6, but they seem to still be working on GTA 5.
Yeah.
They just keep doing stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of mad.
Stop.
Just stop. Stop doing things.
You've had 3 generations.
Have a Kit Kat. Jesus.
There's only so many times you can make people go on your rubbish online servers.
But I want a Ferrari, but I don't want to play it.
GTA Cash! Oh. What's next, Lawrence, on the list today? Yeah.
Is Skyrim.
Oh yeah,
it's not coming to PlayStation 5. Don't worry. Before anyone freaks, it's not getting re-released.
Skyrim, by the way, is free on Game Pass.
Oh, that's nice. There is a mod called, I might be butchering this name, is Enderall, Forgotten Stories. It's a total conversion Skyrim mod, which got very, very popular. But the original Skyrim, it was never released for the special edition of Skyrim. Apparently, it was its own world and its own landscape, its own lore, its story, the overhauled skill systems and mechanics, and it's got a dark psychological storyline with believable characters.
This is a mod.
It's a total conversion mod. Yeah, it completely changed.
What?
Yeah, it sounded really cool. But the cool thing is, it's not just coming to special edition. It's on Steam. It is coming to Steam.
Oh,
yeah. It's got some Steam.
Who's made this? Who's gone out of their way to make this?
It's the fans of the original mod. It's not the original development team, because the original development team for the mod are working on their own commercial game. So it's the fans of the mod who were fans of Skyrim making it as a Steam total conversion thing.
Wow. That is...
That
makes me so intrigued into it. So they built an entire... almost like an expansion style DLC thing in Skyrim.
There you go. I'll just send you the link. Yeah. Well, this whole conversion, there's a lot of whole conversion mods, but yeah, they basically redone all of Skyrim. It's nothing like the only part of Skyrim that's there left now is probably the combat system, and that's probably it. But it's impressive. It looks amazing. I'm looking forward to probably playing it because I never got the chance to play it.
And it'll just be a free mod.
It's a free mod, apparently. Yeah.
I'm seeing here that the soundtrack
will be probably, because that's probably an original soundtrack. So they want to pay, obviously, the composer, engineer. The title of that.
So talk me through a little bit about total conversion.
Okay.
Because
total conversion, in mod sense, is where you take the game system, the game engine, and use the base game as a framework to completely change, like, so get rid of all the levels or majority of the levels, use some modified character assets, just modify everything about the game to be completely different. So a good example is the Total War series. So take Total War Rome and change it into Lord of the Rings. That's a total conversion, because it's a total conversion mod rather than just it being like a graphical mod or a sound mod or a character mod. It's like all of them combined as a combination of mods.
What do people even develop the total conversion in?
It can be it's depending on the mod, on the actual game, but for Skyrim it would be it's the actual editor. They actually gave out the editor. Like it's like a database / 3D import editor.
Wow, and you can just start in their modding tools and just build from the ground up using their assets and stuff.
Yeah. And you can put your own assets and everything. Yeah. I mean, it's the same with Fallout. It's the same with all Bethesda games. That's why they sell it so bug-filled, because they know the modders will be able to get into it and to fix it.
Yeah, but they probably just use their own modding tool, just make a new game.
They honestly, it wouldn't surprise me when you see the way that when you actually go into the tools, they give you all the assets and it's that easy. Literally, just click in like playing Lego. It is super easy to start and to get into it. I mean, I made a few levels in it, and it's as basic as you want it to be.
Right.
PlayStation 5s. Do you know it? Yeah.
I've heard of it.
No, that's good. Because apparently there's a class action lawsuit against Sony for the DualSense controller drift. Apparently the thumbsticks on the controller this, because they're taken directly from PlayStation 4 controllers, which had the same issue, have sometimes can develop a drift on it.
Oh, that's not good.
And the lawsuit was filed on February the 12th in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of North New York.
Yeah.
Apparently, it argued that the DualSense controller is defective, and as it suffers from a drift defect, a problem that sees it recording input even when the player is not using it, the issue compromises the DualSense controller's core functionality. The document continued, adding that Sony has been made aware of the issues through online consumer complaints. The lawsuit mentioned the case of a player encountering drift issues as early as 10 days after their purchase.
Oh no!
My! The lawsuit pointed out that the repair options at this stage are slim, and are also accused Sony of failing to disclose this material information to consumers despite being aware of the defect. As a result of Sony's unfair, deceptive, and / or fraudulent business practices, owners of DualSense controllers, including the person filing a lawsuit, have suffered an undiscernible loss, injury, in fact, and otherwise have been harmed by Sony's conduct. It continued accordingly. The person brings this action to readdress Sony's violation of state consumer fraud statutes, breach of warranty, and unjust enrichment. They seek
How has somebody injured themselves?
Well, I don't think it's to injury of themselves. I think it's monetary injury.
Oh, I see. I thought you literally meant someone injured themselves.
The thumbstick just came flying off and attacked me. Yeah. They seek monetary relief for damages suffered, declaratory relief, and public injunctive relief. So I imagine Sony's going to have to work on those controllers, which is very good news for me.
So, I mean, it sucks that people are reporting such big issues, especially when you can't really get your hands on even the console right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when you can get hold of the console, it's, at this point in time, it's 95%, if not more, all online. Like, you can only order it. You've got to wait for the right moment to order it, even from the stores that usually back in the day, I say back in the day, but before all this, you'd be able to just go into the store
and buy it
and buy it. But not only that, but if you had
you've got a warranty.
Like when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 came out, we'd have people coming in with controllers or something with warranty. Yeah, like you said, if it's a manufacturing thing, we would literally just get them a new controller. We would just give them a new one because it would be under the warranty.
It might be different over in America because this is the US thing.
An American,
so the warranty might be different. Obviously, with things like that.
But what I'm saying now is, let's say you've had to order this console online. Mm-hmm. You have a defect with the controller. There's nowhere you can drive or go to get this sorted now.
Yeah,
you're buying a console where some hardware is defective because it's mass produced, and you spend a lot of money on it, and now you are going to struggle if you have a problem like this because your only other option is to go and spend another 50, 60 quid if you want to get your PS5 controller.
And even then that might go under as well because it's
even if you have warranty, because it's not like you could, like, let's say you bought it on Amazon. It's not like you could message Amazon right now and go, hey, my controller's defective, can you send me a new one? To be
fair, Amazon probably could because they do have a system for that,
but they don't have stock though. They'd
have to sort it out when stock comes in.
They'd have to sort it, and maybe they don't have stock. Maybe Amazon is just one example. Obviously, Amazon is huge, but let's say you bought it from the game website in the UK or something, right?
Yeah.
What are the chances the game are going to be able to have you send in the old controller and you bring one back at this point in time when they've not got consoles?
Yeah.
Usually what we would have to do
probably take out from the controller stock. Yeah.
Well, they would have to, and that's 50, 60 quid they can't afford to do every time.
Yeah.
Because the margins on those are small. They're too small for these stores these days.
Yeah.
Especially brick and mortar stores.
It's a difficult issue right now, and I think it definitely needs to be fixed. But it's not just Sony. Nintendo apparently is under lawsuits for the controller drift. And Microsoft is also has been given lawsuits of controller drift. So it's not just Sony. This seems to be happening everywhere. So it's a possible manufacturing issue straight up that these three companies are getting maybe from the same manufacturer, from different manufacturers. It seems to be a manufacturing issue, which they need to nip in the bud.
I mean, the Joy-Cons on the Switch have had this issue since it launched, and they've not fixed it.
No.
Even the newer models, they haven't really fixed it. But also nobody has successfully sued them for it. So, I do think that they've made a mistake by going with a cheaper joystick. I even find just trying to play, shooting games, whatever, on the Switch more tedious than anything because there's barely any control in the joystick at all.
Yeah.
Just on the Joy-Cons themselves, you really do have to get a Pro controller. I haven't heard much about the Microsoft thing, but I can definitely see, people putting class action lawsuits. It'd be interesting to see how lawyers respond to this, because a lot of the time, if it's class action lawsuit by Joe not a lawyer, they unfortunately don't know exactly how to approach that kind of a lawsuit properly. Sometimes it falls flat just because of that. They're just not prepared enough to do something like this.
Nowadays people go through firms, so they get someone else to do it.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to keep an eye on. So, Overcooked.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey!
Funnily enough, this was not planned, and nor was it scripted.
No.
Can I have your confirmation that you have no idea what's happening next? You are on the ride.
I know there's an Overcooked 1. I know there's an Overcooked 2. Mm-hmm. I know that there was DLC for Overcooked with that guy from the Muppets, the chef. That's all I know, Lawrence.
Well, I mean in the show as well. Nothing is, you have literally probably one article of news, and this is not it.
I didn't even have an article of news. I knew you wanted to talk about Super Mario, that was it.
The game release. So, Overcooked, the very first Overcooked, did you know is not on PC?
Is it not?
It's not on PC, but it will be on March 23rd because it's announced that it's coming to PC and it is cross-platform.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
You know what we're going to have to do now, don't you?
Oh, we're going to have to... Well, you have an Xbox anyway, right?
No.
I thought, you'd have an Xbox.
I have a PlayStation 4.
Is it not on Game Pass, Overcooked?
Not on the PC.
Oh, well then. We're going to be able to play Overcooked 1 together then.
With the boys.
Well, if they get it.
It's on Game Pass, won't it?
Well, I'm not sure if it is actually on Game Pass. I know that I have it installed. I know that I either bought it or it's on Game Pass, so I'll have to double check that. But
I just found it ironic that you mentioned Overcooked on the actual podcast that we talk about news about Overcooked.
I think that's even more funny because I've literally had Overcooked installed on my Xbox for years and have never played it because I was waiting for the perfect moment to play it with Naylor. And it just so happens that the time we do that and then bring it up that we did that is the time that that game specifically, the first one, is now coming to PC.
It is you could say it is a twist of fate.
You could say so.
You could say so. And we are rolling in to the last news article.
Oh, very good.
Very last. I've lost my page. We're not rolling in because I've lost my page. Hang on.
We're just tumbling.
We're tumbling now.
We're tumbling through to the last.
Quick, musical interlude. Okay, I'm back. I got it. So, BlizzCon. Line is this weekend. At time of recording, it is this weekend. I'm not looking forward to it at all. It's over 2 days, February 19th and February 20th. They have announced the schedule. The schedule for BlizzCon, as they have affectionately called it, BlizzConline.
What?
BlizzConline.
BlizzConline.
Yeah.
Oh, BlizzCon Online.
Yeah, but it's BlizzCon.
Oh my
Online
God.
BlizzConline.
That's literally one of those stupid puns
corporate.
that I would make up on the spot.
No, it's a stupid
that wouldn't
corporate.
be funny. Yeah.
So, it's all free. It's all online. Funnily enough. And
how could it all be free? It's Blizzard.
Well, exactly. Well, you can get like the special pack, which we've gone into and we've been discussing that.
Oh, the celebration pack.
Yeah. February 19th is the opening ceremony, which they'll announce all the big announcements, which is probably where, where you'll probably get off. After that, Rich. And then the next one will be the Warcraft, what's next, and then I'll be getting off. There is a Diablo what's next, which is going to be showing the development of Diablo 4 and maybe some Diablo Immortal announcements, so if you're a Diablo fan.
When are they gonna start talking about the mobile game they announced to terrible
that's
reception?
Diablo Immortal, it might be this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that Diablo Immortal?
Diablo Immortal, yeah.
Oh my word.
There's a Hearthstone deep dive because people play that apparently.
Right.
Behind the scenes at Overwatch 2, sneak peek at what's going on at Overwatch 2. They have confirmed it's not coming out this year. It will probably be next year. It's already a dead game, so whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's also going to have a Warcraft deep dive and then a Diablo deep dive, and that's all on the 19th.
Why is at the start of the show? Why is everything got to be called a ceremony?
Because it's opening the show. It's an opening ceremony. It's a ceremonious thing. It's been happening for years.
But that's what I mean. What constitutes a ceremony these days? Because all these quote-unquote opening ceremonies we see at the start of shows of things like this, right? They're just like trailers. They're just like game trailer or like mashups of things they're going to talk about.
You're asking the wrong person there. But I know at BlizzCon they have this whole... The president comes out and he has his whole speech and all that malarkey, and it's kind of like a preview of what's going to happen over at BlizzCon.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's something that's like traditionally always the same.
Yeah, like they always do that every year.
But it doesn't feel very ceremonious, I suppose, in a lot of these events.
Well, the thing is that these like when JL Brack, who's the president of Blizzard, he'll be like, for the Horde, and the Horde players will shout, and they goes for the Alliance, the Alliance players will shout. I can just imagine walking on this online thing going, for the Horde! Silence as chat just goes fucking wild. For the Alliance! And then chat just goes wild. It just doesn't have that same...
No.
Oomph.
No, I don't think you can probably do that. I mean, it'll probably be pre-recorded.
I mean, possibly.
Yeah,
I hope not, but possibly.
It'll definitely be all pre. I mean, it's not like they're going to try and interact with chat, are they? It'll all be pre-recorded.
I mean, they did at Final Fantasy 14. They had two big screens where Yoshi P, the main guy, literally halfway through the show would just kind of stop, walk over, lean over, and look at the chat after he's saying, I wonder what they think like this thing could be, and it's like, No, it won't be that.
That's quite funny.
Sumo fight. No, not gonna be sumo. What's wrong with you?
That's very funny. I like that a lot.
I like that one. That was like, I've not seen anyone in the big like gaming scene do that. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna support this game just because the developers are pretty cool.
But I can imagine the BlizzCon lot
Blizz
going,
will be
you know what? Yeah, it'll be. Oh, Apple have done well recently doing their. Let's try and do one of those big camera shots on a drone where we fly into our building and then. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now.
You call it right now?
A drone shot into the BlizzCon facility.
Okay.
I'm calling it.
All right,
BlizzCon bingo. BlizzCon bingo.
BlizzCon bingo. Here we go. Right.
What are we doing for BlizzCon bingo?
It'll make it interesting. I'm honestly not looking forward to it. I honestly think WoW is on its last legs, and it has been for years. And this is finally the year where it's going to just collapse under its own weight.
Right.
It's like they need to show something good. Like they need to blow people's minds. If they don't blow people's minds, they might as well just forget it. There's no point turning up.
This is one of those things that, like I said, we were talking about earlier. There's so many free-to-play games. There's so many great games out there now that you don't need to pay subscriptions for. That are, optional extra stuff.
Yeah.
You've got Elder Scrolls. You've got
Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2. I would say that probably Guild Wars 2's. I think at this point in time, I can see Elder Scrolls taking over
Elder Scrolls
as opposed
higher than Guild Wars.
Than Guild Wars, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they have so much competition now. It isn't the same anymore.
Yeah.
Like the landscape of video games, there's so much out there that it's just, they are dead if they don't.
It's almost like with FIFA, for example. They feel they don't have any competition, when obviously there's PES out there, which is the direct competition. And because they don't feel they have any competition, they don't innovate and they don't push themselves.
Yeah.
But then the competition just suddenly is miles ahead, like Elder Scrolls miles ahead. Final Fantasy 14, which is quite literally a direct competitor because they're in the same subscription sphere.
Yeah.
Light years ahead of Warcraft at this point. Obviously, you've got Guild Wars 2, which is probably on the same level World of Warcraft, but just better, purely because you don't have to pay subscription.
Right.
You've got DC Universe Online and Lord of the Rings Online, which they're niche markets, but they're probably doing better than Warcraft right now.
Right.
So like the Warcraft has gone from like here, which is at the top, to all the way down. Every expansion has gone further and further and further down.
But do you think there are some people? I mean, there are definitely going to be some people out there that live or die by World of Warcraft because they're just so.
It's the same. It's the same with just Activision in general, or Ubisoft, or Call of Duty, or Assassin's Creed, or whatever. People will live and die to their franchises. That's the.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what it would take to get those people to not want to be playing World of Warcraft. Like you're saying,
the game would literally have to end. We'd have to pull its plug.
Yeah, but how many? I believe the World of Warcraft is going to be one of those games that has the majority of people playing World of Warcraft are those players. And so, in order for World of Warcraft to die and people move on to the next thing, like, what will it take for those people to jump shit on World of Warcraft?
Keep going. That's what I'll say to Blizzard. Keep going, because they're doing it now. Because I've seen top tier raiders, top players that have been playing WoW Classic and have been playing since vanilla. They've been leaving. Like the old school people have been leaving just because the board. There's no content. It's the same old crap over and over and over again. So. Yeah. All I'm saying is keep going. If they want to get rid of the fan base, that's what they're doing.
Wow.
I actually been looking into this quite extensively, like comparisons between MMOs and not just MMOs, but development teams and communication between players. Because obviously, with MMO, it's a symbiotic relationship. You got the players want to play the game, they'll play the game that they want to play, and they pay for the game, and the developers want to make a game, and they need players to play it. Warcraft has this toxicity about it, the developers sometimes like come off as condescending to the players. Like they know better. Like the president of Blizzard right now, Jay on back, when people were going, "Oh, we want classic WoW, we want classic WoW." First thing he says was, "You think you do, but you don't. You think you want it, but you don't."
Wow.
And it's like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
It's the arrogance. It's the hubris of Blizzard's team. I mean, not everyone at Blizzard obviously is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with Final Fantasy 14, which is why I kind of bring it up, the 1.0 of Final Fantasy 14 was terrible because of the hubris of the development team. They thought, oh no, it'll be fine. The Final Fantasy fans will buy it anyway because it's Final Fantasy.
Right.
And then they went to shit. And then they got the development team, which is in now. And they're going, no. We will make a very good Final Fantasy 14 game. We'll try and fix what you've basically burned. But then we'll have to remake it. And then they did remake it. And it's become leaps and bounds from there. And literally the response time between like some dev teams, like I imagine the Elder Scrolls dev team is similar, where like there was an issue with like the Final Fantasy 14 team brought in something, the players immediately was like, no, do not want that, and they just like, okay, and they got rid of it.
Wow.
Like that. While the WoW team are like, no, trust us, we'll figure it out, it's fine, it'll all be balanced, and it's still not balanced.
No.
So it's just the difference of just personality, just
yeah, you can feel it in the air.
Oh yeah, I that's why I like we've said this so many times now in the past. Oh, wow, this is the end of WoW. This is the end of WoW. I feel this is it. This is the make or break because of their competitives, because of the 14s, because of the Elder Scrolls, because of Guild Wars 2, because of Lord of the Rings Online, which is coming back with a graphical update for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Like it is back to the oldie days of loads of MMOs fighting. So Blizzard gotta watch out. They gotta be careful.
They've got to be, yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Diablo 4. That looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, won't come out until next year.
Right.
But like their main thing will be WoW because that's their moneymaker. And okay, a lot of articles said, "Oh, it's the most successful expansion in years." Okay, at launch, now barely anyone plays because they play other games, they play other MMOs, they just do other things. We're in the middle of a pandemic lockdown. You'd expect a load of players to be on MMOs, but they're just not on WoW. It's crazy. It's
and
madness.
I think especially now that Microsoft have bought ZeniMax.
Oh yeah, it's just going to get even harder.
It's going to get really hard, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we'll have to see what happens with Blizz. I'm sure we'll talk more about BlizzCon next week.
Oh, yeah. You'll be able to hear me rant.
Before we end the show today, Eurogamer have just announced the February games coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh.
So we can say that Elite Dangerous
yes.
is coming.
Yes.
Along with Dirt 5.
Oh.
Wreckfest, Code Vein, Deadfire, Ultimate Edition, and Killer Queen Black. Whatever that is.
It's a song by Queen.
So there you go, Elite Dangerous.
Oh, ED. Love Elite Dangerous. Oh my days.
Coming to Game Pass.
I need to play that game again. That game is a time sink.
It just sounds
such a good game.
So big.
It is. It is really, really big. But fun. It's fun to lose yourself in for like a good 8 hours.
All right. Well, very good. Thanks, Lawrence. That was
thank you.
That was great. Thanks everybody for listening to today's show. Why don't you let us know what you would like to see at BlizzCon, and you can do so by sending us a tweet or an Instagram or a Facebook at GetRealPod. And you can also send us an email. Send us an email, Lawrence, at getrealgaming@gmail.com.
You know what? I'm assigning homework. I am going to be assigning homework for you all. I want people out there, make us a bingo card.
Okay.
Send it over.
Try and make us a bingo card and send it over to us.
Do it in Paint or whatever you've got. Just do it for us and we'll
What, for BlizzCon or for
both?
For us? Oh, both. Okay.
Both. I want BlizzCon Online and Get Real Gaming bingo cards.
Flipping heck. How very demanding of you, Lawrence.
I mean...
Hope you all have a good rest of your week, and we'll chat to you next time. Bye for now.
Bye. PC Best Radio. Bye.
Oh, you put it in the bye this time. I can't cut it out.